Today, you are in for a treat. We're taking you on a scenic drive along the Going to the Sun Road. We're starting here at the St. Mary's entrance. There is a $20 to $35 entrance fee for the park, depending on what you're driving. We were able to use our America the Beautiful pass. The famous Going to the Sun Road is located in Glacier National Park in the state of Montana. Glacier National Park is on the northern edge bordering Alberta, Canada. The park continues into Canada and is called Waterton Lakes National Park on the Canadian side of the border. The Going to the Sun Road is on the US side. It is a stunning 50-mile scenic mountain road with an elevation gain of approximately 3,800 feet. It took us approximately an hour and 45 minutes to travel from the St. Mary's entrance to the Apgar entrance on the west side. We have sped up and edited our footage to give you an overview of the drive. The road is filled with views of the surrounding mountains, some lakes, alpine forest, valleys, waterfalls, and wildlife. It was one of the first national park roadways built for automobiles and gives us a glimpse into early 20th century engineering. The road is twisty and turny and goes up, 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 and down, down, down as you travel from one end to the other. If you prefer not to drive, you can get guided tours on the historic red buses. We saw many of these pass us by in the opposite direction as we were heading up the mountain. They also pulled over at various scenic lookout spots for passengers to take photos, and their drivers were stylishly dressed. This is a paid service, though. If you do like driving yourself, you need to be aware that there are limitations on vehicle size. No vehicles longer than 21 feet or wider than 8 feet are allowed between Avalanche Campground and the Rising Sun picnic area. Also, if your vehicle is over 10 feet in height, you might have trouble fitting under the rock overhangs on the west side of Logan Pass. The roads are pretty narrow at some of the higher elevations, and with the tight turns, it can feel like you have little to no room for oncoming traffic. There aren't any services along the alpine stretch of roads, so pack your snacks and beverages with you and make sure you have enough gas to get to the other side. We drove from the east to west and then back again. It was around 11 a.m. when we began our drive, and as we ascended the mountain, we could see the clouds obscuring the view on the higher peaks. As we rounded a corner going up in elevation, we drove right into that foggy stretch of road. On the return trip, we saw the amazing views that we missed on the way there, as the fog had lifted by the afternoon, and oh, what views they were! The road was along the side of the mountain with steep drop-offs, looking down over expansive green valleys far below us. This is not for the faint of heart. If you have a fear of heights or of driving along narrow roads with steep drop-offs and no shoulders, be aware. Although there were not shoulders along the road, there were many pull-off locations where you could take time to enjoy the scenery and snap some photos to capture your trip to share with your family and friends. There are hiking trails at some of the stops throughout the drive. Long hikes to untouched lakes, rivers, and waterfalls, and shorter hikes that allow you to stretch your legs and breathe in the crisp mountain air. There are a couple of tunnels through the mountains. Quite a feat of engineering when you think that they were made in the late 1920s and early 1930s. The road was designed to blend into the natural environment. And here we come to the Weeping Wall again. And the Weeping Wall is a weeping.
It's a weeping, all right.
If you are driving from the west to the east, you will need to get a timed permit to enter. This is done to keep traffic levels under control. This can be done online quite easily. Coming in from the east or the St. Mary's side, you don't need a permit, but don't go past the staff at the west end or you will need a pass to return. At some times of year, these passes are difficult to come by. You can see as we ascend the mountain, we enter into snowy areas. This road is only open for a few months of the year and opens depending on when the last snowfall can be safely cleared from the road. The first time we came to Glacier National Park, we arrived at the beginning of June and we were unable to drive the Going to the Sun Road because it hadn't opened to the public yet. This time we got here the third week in June and the road had just opened the week before. Mountain weather is quite different from the surrounding areas. The day we arrived, they had a snow squall in the mountains and closed the road just for the day. This being said, layer up your clothes. We had on hats, mittens, and warm clothes for the first part of our visit to Glacier. Even ascending the mountain on the Going to the Sun Road can mean a 10-degree drop in temperature at Logan's Pass. Logan's Pass, by the way, is located on the Continental Divide, with water runoff on the east side flowing toward the Atlantic Ocean and on the west flowing toward the Pacific. If you'd like some great narration of the history of the road building, the area, and scenic attractions along the drive, go to the National Park website service and download their free audio tour for your drive. Do download it at your campsite or the visitor center where you have Wi-Fi, as you are unlikely to get any cell signal once you get in the park. Once again, the audio tour is a free download and filled with great information. Another tip for traveling this road, start early. Parking lots, especially at Logan's Pass, fill up early and there is a lot of traffic during the main part of the day. Starting early can help you avoid congestion and allow you to get a parking spot, although for us it also meant we encountered some fog. You could also drive later in the day, but the Logan's Pass Visitor Center may be closed. Check their hours if that's a stop you wish to make along your drive. For us, we were at the Visitor Center at about 4:30 p.m. and couldn't get a parking spot, even after waiting for about 30 minutes and driving around the parking lot. Going to the Sun Road is an amazing feast for the eyes and the soul. Enjoy a leisurely drive through this stunning landscape during the mid-June to fall season. And until next time, we look forward to seeing you on the road.
Check out some of our other videos and subscribe to our channel.
New content will be posted weekly.